Hello friends and welcome to my channel. Today is the day for my fall home tour. I'm super excited to show you what I've been doing here in my home to get ready for fall. Now some of this stuff you've seen in other videos, so I won't linger on it, but I'll link it in the description box below in case you missed it. So are you ready to see what my home looks like for fall? Then let's get started. What better place to get started than in my newly remodeled kitchen? You guys, I'm having so much fun just decorating and making myself at home in this kitchen, moving things around. So I'm gonna start over here by my sink. And honestly, I didn't do a whole lot different. I kept the top shelf the same, and then this is mostly the same. I just moved these big yellow bowls in here because I needed room on my other shelves for something a little more fall-ish. And I do have orange hand soap and orange dish soap, although the dish soap is almost gone. I need to refill that. And then I have this brown bowl here that actually I prop up my iPad on so I can watch my YouTube videos, not mine, but my favorite channels while I'm doing the dishes. And here's my little area of fall here in the corner. I love the silver with the rustic flowers. And of course I have a little fall towel there. Moving on over to my stove area, I've kept it pretty simple. My husband texted me one day and found this fall towel for me with a pickup truck on. So it says fall is in the air, and I love that. And that's just for decor. And I've changed this up a little bit because I've pulled a couple of these silver pieces to put in other areas. But I have my little salt and pepper shaker there that I thrifted. And then this is one of my free printables. And then my little statue or figurine, two figurines from Larry Debbie. So thanks, Debbie. And that's just a thrifted candle stand. Let's take a look at my island. Okay, up on the top shelf there, I have some really fun items. I pulled out this Longaberger basket to use. It's a really old one. You can tell by the color of the stain. And then I have a little kitchen timer, a canning jar with some clothespins. That colander was my mom's, and I have it perched on some cookbooks. And then I've had that same saying on my sign, I just love it, grateful, thankful, blessed, and I think it really applies to this time of the year. I'm gonna move on over to the other side there and continue on the top shelf. I pulled one of my little silver teapots there, and I have some pictures. And then that's a Longaberger basket. I flipped up like that and put a little pumpkin in. And there's a little coffee can I found in my dad's basement. And a little tip for you, I have stuffed paper bags, rather plastic bags in there, so that I don't have to fill the whole thing, and I just put a couple little pumpkins on top. And that jug was in my dad's basement as well. Okay, the bottom shelf, I pulled in some more silver with this old army picture my dad had. Do you remember my cow? Isn't he perfect for fall with his orange spots or polka dots? This pumpkin I've had for years. It's fake from probably like Michael's or something like that. Now this cutting board was kind of drab looking. And I got a tip from Border Bananas. Jamie showed us on one of her videos where she just took some olive oil and rubbed it into the board. And look how pretty it looks. Thanks, Jamie. There's a couple Fiesta bowls. And then I thrifted that piece with the, I don't remember what's on it. I think a dragonfly. I'll have to look at that closer. I thrifted that. Now, this is a newly acquired gift from my friend Melody, not Melody in PA, but my local friend Melody. It is a measuring cup, and it glows, you guys. And then those spoons inside are from my other friend Melody in PA. There's a Longaberger basket. That was one of their fall series, fall colors. And then I thrifted these salt and pepper shakers. And there's a picture that I actually bought at a gift store. It's not vintage, although it may be now because I bought it early on in our marriage. And there's our everyday fiesta dishes. And I like the peeled paint on this. I think it's a potato masher. And nothing's really changed here, I don't think, since you've seen it last. I thrifted those canisters and I've had that tin for years. My grandson drew that picture for me and I framed it. An old Jif jar I thrifted at the flea market, and there's my cow. I'll get a better look at him from the other side. And there is my bread box that I did a makeover on. Somebody had expressed interest in that recently, so I will link that below for you in case you missed that. I did change this vignette up a little bit. I moved my green dishes off the shelf, and I liked them in a basket, how I did that on my hutch, so I decided to do that here as well. And I added this old strainer. And there's a free printable in the back. You know, I like those folding rulers, so I tucked that in there. And this is an Avon bird. And that little basket I found at an estate sale. I got 4 of them for 50 cents. And that pumpkin cookie cutter I've had for years, and just tucked in some leaves in the back there. Here's a look at our dining room table. I love to get these cheap flannel-backed tablecloths from Walmart. I think they're around $5. This one actually might have been from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I got it on a clearance, I think, for a couple dollars. So I like finding those. And then in the center, I like my table to be pretty but functional. This base here is a cutting board that I got for free at a garage sale, and I just love the look of it. And I've put our essentials on there. These salt and pepper shakers I thrifted. Actually, my husband got them for me for my birthday a couple years ago. There's a cute little scarecrow from Avon. And do you remember when I thrifted this gravy boat? Look at that red. I thought that looked great for fall. And then I just have a Longaberger basket with our napkins in. And this is something new I've been doing. This was a thrifted little glass pitcher, and I just put my silverware in there after I get it out of the dishwasher, and we just grab whatever silverware we need for the meal. It's worked out great. Here's an overview of my hutch. I did a whole video on that, and it's always evolving as I find new things. But if you want to hear about all the items here in my hutch, I will link the video for you in the description box below. I had so much fun putting this together for fall, and I love the color theme that I picked. I think a good tip for decorating your hutch is to pick a couple colors and use them throughout. Here I added my little sugar and creamer into that basket because I took them off of my shelf over the peninsula or the island. They were just not working there, and I thought they just kind of looked good thrown in there with my other stuff. So that's my hutch. And then I'm going to move over here into the corner and show you just a quick little teaser of my little drink cart with my tiered tray. That will be changing very soon because I am going to decorate for Halloween and have a tiered tray collab. That will be this Friday. So if you need details on that, check on my community tab. I will also link my tiered tray collab where you can see all of the details about this. We're going to move into my living room next, and I'm going to show you this little drawer that I turned into a bookcase and how I decorated it. It is so much fun to decorate. Up on the top, I have a thrifted lantern, some old books, a thrifted radio, and some thrifted bells. And then this year, I brought in my little cedar chest that I got when I graduated high school. Let me know in the comments below if you know what I'm talking about. I think that's something from my era. And it was from cedar chest companies like Lane, I believe, and they wanted you to buy a cedar chest, so they gave you a sample one when you graduated. And that flower frog I've been loving. brass candlestick from my mother-in-law, and one of my many vintage clocks. On this shelf, I have an owl that I got at a craft show. This little basket is from my mom, and I believe it's a sewing basket. And then that bell was thrifted, and I just have some like dried flowers and such, pine cones in there. And down on the bottom, I have a thrifted basket, one of my Bibles, and an old book. There's an overview of that area. Okay, let's move down to below my mantle. This wire basket was in my dad's basement. This was something I got in a $1 bin a couple years ago. I thought it added some cute texture. And there's some recently thrifted old books. A star that's not really old. I got that. I don't know where I got that. And there's some sweater pumpkins I made. Another glass jug from my dad's basement. And some free flowers or greenery, whatever you want to call it, from a garage sale. And that star I bought at a flea market. This was a craft I did a couple years ago. And another thrifted lantern that I did a makeover on. And this basket was from a friend. There is a birdhouse from my mother-in-law, my dad's boots, and another Longaberger with some greenery, foliage, flowers, whatever, and a pumpkin. Okay, we're gonna go up to the mantle. There's my thermos from Melody with some flowers for fall. These little deer I thrifted. And that was an ugly candlestick I did a makeover on. This pumpkin I actually painted. You can paint pumpkins, ceramic pumpkins. I wanted a off-white pumpkin, and so I just painted it and stuck some baking soda in my paint to give it some texture. That plate is from Hobby Lobby, and just some gourds here and there. I don't know where that's from exactly. And this was a thrifted little acorn. This mirror I got for $5 at a community garage sale, and I painted it myself. This is one of my first vintage clocks that I ever collected. That's from a craft store. And this bell was my grandma's. And there's the pair to the other candlestick. And I should have turned this on. It's in the middle of the day, but it would give a nice glow. And this is a thrifted item and some more pretty fall flowers. Now over here in this corner, I had to put my jelly cupboard because it will no longer fit in my dining room. And it's really hard to decorate. It doesn't look good with nothing on it, and it doesn't look good with anything that competes with my mantle. So I'll kind of show you what I mean. There's that area, and if you have any ideas for me, you can definitely let me know. What should I do? Does that look good with just the basket there, or do you have any better ideas for me? Here's my free rocking chair that I got and painted. We got it at a garage sale. I love it. And this thrifted Afghan, I think looks like candy corn. I think it's beautiful. And then just an Amazon pillow cover on a pillow that we already had. Now this stool, I love it. It's from my mother-in-law. And I thrifted the green tray on top of it. And I've just layered some pictures there of my parents together, and then my dad. This I won from Simply Home with Sherry. I absolutely love it. Whoops! Look at the top of this. And it's these beautiful coasters. There's 5 coasters, and they're all the same design. This was made in Japan. I put my name in for a giveaway and I was the winner. And I'll show you the other item too that I won. So thank you, Sherry. This was the other item that I won. It's a lovely book called French Country at Home. And it has some beautiful pictures in it. I can't wait to sit down and just look through this again. I've already looked through it once. Sorry, there's a little bit of a glare there, but look how pretty. I love looking at magazines and books like this to get decorating ideas. And I know Sherry does too. If you haven't checked out her channel, I will link that below. You're going to want to check out her channel. She has an amazing channel. Okay, it's always hard to film in front of the window here, but I think you can kind of see what I did here. This was some greenery that I got at the bins, and I just stuck some leaves in there. And there's a little clock that I got in Columbiana. Hard to pick up. And my parents' 2 Bibles, one from my mom and one from my dad. I'll link that Columbiana video. That was a fun video. And then I have some more Amazon pillow covers and another pretty Afghan. This thing is so cozy and comfy. I absolutely adore it. And this is where you'll find me cuddled up watching my YouTube videos. Here is my coffee table. I made this little garland just from some leaves that Larry Debbie sent me. And this coffee table was thrifted. I actually got it at a restore and it was around $60. And this was thrifted. Doesn't this scream fall? Now, this is a new gift from Halem and Melody in PA, or Melody's Many Miscellaneous. They brought that for me when they came to visit. And it says Santa under here, but I made my own little plate just for fall. And I figured I could use this all year round. So in the back, I just loaded it up with pumpkins and gourds. Isn't that the cutest? And then I have a couple lanterns here from my mother-in-law. So I'm thinking about putting something right here, but I don't know, it might be overkill. You know me, I'm a tweaker, so I'll be tweaking that, I'm sure. It seems a little off balance. So maybe I'll just move the truck down a little bit and those. What do you think? I think that actually looks better and more centered. So you can weigh in below. Over here on this table that was my grandma's, I have one of my clocks and my blocks that spell out fall. Very simple. And here, this was a Secret Sister gift years and years ago, and he is sitting on a pillow from Larry Debbie. Isn't that darling? There's some extra blankets. Up here, I have very simply decorated for fall. I have one of my thermos collection. I just love this color for fall. And I made that sign. I thrifted the You Need a Biscuit tin. The clock was a gift from my husband for our wedding, as well as this basket was a gift from him for Christmas before we were married one year. And then I thrifted this globe. And this is just a Dollar Tree sign, which, funny story, I actually saw this same sign at Goodwill for $2. Here's a little area by our entertainment center that I love to decorate. This map was from Amazon, and then the frame is from my parents. And then on the bench, I have another one of my plaid blankets that I've thrifted. I collect all different colors of those. And that pillowcase is from Amazon. A little thrifted thermos, and there's my dad's lunchbox. And can you see how it used to be red? He was notorious for painting things. Whatever color of paint he had, just to use it up. This little Coca-Cola crate was from my mother-in-law, and I have an old Coke bottle from my dad's basement. And that thermos thing I thrifted. And that little red stool is from my mother-in-law. It's so cute. So there's that area again. This area is at the bottom of our steps, and I got this little, I guess it's like a little bookcase, or maybe it was a chicken coop made into a bookcase, I don't know, but I thrifted that years ago for $8 or $10. And this watering can was my grandpa's, and I just stuck all of the fall leaves and flowers in there that I could fit. Those are mostly from thrifting or garage sales, and maybe some from the Dollar Tree. Okay, let's go into my entrance here. I think I'm gonna turn on the light. Yeah. Okay, here is a scarecrow that I got at a craft show hanging on my front door. And do you guys remember when I thrifted this beautiful picture for $5? Oh, I love it here. And this is a fake mum, probably from Walmart. And there's some sunflowers I got new at a flea market. And my little message to everybody. Let me know in the comments below, do you wear shoes at your house, or do you take your shoes off? And this mirror, I love it here. I moved it so I could put my bird picture there. And this was a craft I did. This is our front hall closet door. And I'm going to give you a peek at this sign. This was a Walmart find. Love that. Okay, this is our half bathroom. Now I'm just going to show you this real quick, and I'll link the video below in my description box that tells you all about it. This wreath was from a gift store. Let me turn on the light. We did a remodel of this half bathroom, so I'll link that in the description box as well. Before I leave you, don't forget about my Halloween tiered tray collab this Friday. If you'd like the details, go over to my community tab to check it out. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I decorated my home for fall. If you have any questions, just put them in the description box and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll link that below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.